And now here I am in the central bus station, Yerevan. Very nice taxi driver brought me here because I wanted to get on a bus, and it turns out it's leaving pretty soon. But first, I need to show you this beautiful building. It's looking a little worse for wear, but super cool. A bit covered as a lot of places are post-Soviet Union in advertising. Little shops everywhere, but there's still cool things to see. I love the shape of the balconies just creeping out here on the sides. Not just flat, but these, someone's thought about this and thought, I want a beautiful design. And up there we have the map showing all the places that we could go from here, I assume. And here, it's not a mosaic, but like a painting, some kind of historical scene with a water fountain, which is not currently on, which is a shame. Noticed a no camera sign there. Wonder if I'll get in trouble or not. So now it's time to go and get the ticket.
Здравствуйте. Можно здесь купить билет на автобус до Byurakan? Нет, не надо.
А у водителя надо купить. Okay, понятно, спасибо. So the message is, I have to buy it from the driver, and it will happen here. So here's hoping that's the case. Maybe about 15 minutes and go in search of the Observatory, which I've just seen completely spontaneously, wondering what to do today, and it looked pretty interesting, so I hope I get there. As I wait for the bus, there's a temptation. I could actually just get a bus and go straight to Tehran or Tabriz, and we got written in Arabic as well. I mean, yeah, that could be an option. So interrupt the lady here with her dustpan. It's interesting to think you can just get the bus to Iran, but of course, why not? It borders directly with Armenia. I think there's only one border crossing, a particular bridge, so maybe it's congested there. But yeah, the two countries share a long and not always good history, but sometimes good as well. And now you can just get the bus there, if you feel like it. Well, I made it onto the bus. A little bit quiet in here. Check that it is the right bus because it's all written in Armenian, which I can't read on the outside, but my fellow passengers assure me that this is the right bus, so yeah, here's hoping that's the case, otherwise the adventure is going to get even more dynamic than expected. So I guess we'll sit here about 10 minutes or so, pay the driver the money. Internet says 400, which is less than £1 for a 1 hour journey, so going to be pretty good. And then we'll head along. Kind of small, simple, but not as crowded as some minibuses that I've been on elsewhere, so I think this should be good. Well, bus door is still wide open, so I guess the principle is if you fall out, you're an idiot and you'll be punished accordingly. Maybe it's the ventilation system, but yeah, here we go. Passing through village, town of Aragats. You see on some of the tombstones there at the cemetery actual pictures of the people whose grave it is. Like, yeah, it's a very different approach, not just a name, not just the dates, but also like a full printed picture of who that person was, which certainly look, there's a ladder making its way through a field. Is it ever going to make its way back out of there, or is that the ladder making its way to bury itself in the cemetery? Maybe. This road looks like it's going to get quite spicy with the switchbacks. Wish me luck. Oh, I see it. I see a big dome. Awesome. So this is where I'll be walking back to very shortly once we get to the bus station. It's going to be great. I think maybe the woman ahead of me wanted to get off a bit earlier, maybe for her house or something, and so that suits me because I'm coming back down the road to the observatory. If she goes off down to wherever that leads. So here we go. Might have been better if I went all the way to the bus station actually and used the facilities, but never mind. I seized the moment, and it looks like there's a monument right here that I should go and look at as well. And what is this? Just jump over, see what's going on here. So that's where normal people walk up to it, whereas I decide to cut him from the side. Here we go. What a vivid colour. And what do we got here? We got a fountain that's not working. Of course we do. Of course we do. But I can hear water flowing. Alright, here we go. Here's the clue. Well, I can't read the Armenian, but I can see those dates, and that's the dates of the Great Patriotic War, the Second World War. Now this looks like it would house an eternal flame as well, but I don't even see where the apparatus for that was, so maybe there's flowers that grew there, or might still grow there sometimes, I'm not sure. And now another monument that looks more religious. You can see across here that looks like it's been added later, and in fact there we can see 2013, the date down there. It's definitely not being super well looked after, but maybe it's maybe people come here on particular occasions, I'm not sure. Well, perhaps it is kind of forgotten. Go down the steps this time and onto the road and onto the observatory, and let's find out what I'm going to see there.
Observatory тоже красивее места есть. Минут 7 ходьбом поедете, там церковь есть.
Да, так же?
Церковь 7 века.
Да.
Старый церковь.
Очень старый. Во-первых, обсерватория. Я очень люблю советскую архитектуру. Мне
Там
интересно.
Очень красивая архитектура. Камни вот это из чего сделано, вот эти камни, из туфа.
Да.
Там очень красиво. Летом приходите, тут летом шикарно.
Да, это не самый хороший сезон сейчас, да.
Через 1,5-2 месяца, если были здесь, там цветы повсюду, в этих горах повсюду цветы, море цветов. Тут май-июнь, вы просто ахнете. Это как вообще красиво.
Звучит как чудо, да?
Да, поверьте, это чудное, это райское место, поверьте. Это рай.
Конечно. Ну, вернусь, надо?
Вернитесь, это рай, поверьте.
Ну, очень приятно.
А вы откуда,
Очень
если не секрет?
Я из Шотландии.
Шотландия?
Да, вы знаете?
Да, конечно, конечно. Я там фильм даже знаю, люблю фильм.
Да, какой?
Этот, напомните, как этого актера зовут?
Мел Гибсон?
Да,
да.
Фильм, этот, сердце, храброе сердце.
Храброе сердце, Braveheart
У
на
вас
английском.
еще эти
да?
юбки, одежды, юбки.
Да.
Еще у вас, как это называется? Музыкальный инструмент. Музыкальный инструмент.
Да, так.
Вот так дуют. Это тоже
Да,
знаю.
называется bagpipes на английском. То есть это как сумочка и пип.
Да.
Bagpipes.
Ясно. Приятно, что из Шотландии к нам в гости.
Так.
Это моя школа.
Да?
Да, это моя школа. Школа, да. Это моя школа. Там еще ущелье есть большая рядом. Там зиплайн.
Зиплайн, да?
Да, любите?
Да, конечно.
Слушайте, если отсюда 3 минуты ходить, 3 минуты.
Да.
Я сейчас туда поеду, могу прямо показать. Там зиплайн через ущелье этими тросами.
Да, это не опасно, да?
Нет,
Да.
все безопасно. Там и красивый ресторан. Садитесь через минут, через
Ну,
5.
Хорошо, это приключение уже.
Давай,
Приключение.
Давай, да. Это Сейчас машина придет, мы поедем вместе туда.
Отлично.
Хорошо.
Давайте.
Это вообще шикарное место. Сейчас грузовик придет, мне камни должен принести. Это я дорогу покажу и заодно вам покажу. И там посмотрите, я там сейчас дом строю.
Да?
Да.
Да, сам?
Да, сейчас начну
Вау.
материалы. Принес, сейчас там начну дом строить. Меня Варуш зовут.
Арвуз.
Варуш, В-А-Р-У-Ж.
Варуже.
Да.
Варуже.
Да.
Очень приятно.
Мне тоже. А как вас зовут?
Джон. Я Джон.
Все. Это не могу это вам дать.
Да, понятно. Это хорошая гордость
Это-
вашей деревни, да?
Да, я люблю, поверь, это рай на земле. Для меня, я много, вот в мире не очень много побывал, так сказать. Был в Грузии и в России на заработках.
Мгм.
Но, поверь, для меня этот часть, вот Армении, вот эта моя деревня, это рай, поверь. Я мечтаю жить здесь. Пусть войны не будет, ничего не будет. Я хочу жить здесь.
Да, понятно.
Жить здесь и умереть здесь. Там кладбище. И там уснуть.
Уже план.
Да.
Уже план,
Да.
кладбище там.
Да. Поверь, вон, грузовик, кажется, идет. Это советский, очень старый, very old car.
Да.
40 лет.
О, это машина? Нет, это
грузовик.
грузовик. Ну, это уже европейская машина, да?
Это германская, немецкая.
Да,
Opel.
Opel.
Это very good car, very good. I little English. Very good car. Смотри,
Да.
этими речками мы наши участки поливаем. Это идет из горы Арагats.
Мгм.
Это мы там речки маленькие сделали, оттуда идет вода сам.
Это чистая вода?
Это питьевая вода.
Окей.
Мы это пьем. Оттуда там снег тает. Одной трубой идет к нам дома, мы пьем,
Мгм.
а другой поливаем участки.
So we're going to stop here. He's guiding in his friend who's got the truck with the stones.
Собаку не люблю, сразу говорю, не
Нет?
люблю эту собаку. Он так кричит.
And we got a dog we got to make friends with. His friend is bringing in the stone with which he's building his house. Привет, собака. And here we go. The foundations of the house, I guess.
Вот здесь будет дом, через месяц двухэтажный дом будет.
Да, месяц-два.
Да,
Первый раз строит дом или...
нет, четвертый раз.
Окей.
У меня 4
Но
дома.
тогда я вас верю. Uh-oh, wheels are spinning on the back of the truck already. It's not a good sign. Even this classic old truck that I thought was made for anything can be a bit fucked up by the mud. I guess it's a curse because I'm filming. Oh dear. Well, our guy's got a spade and he's digging out some of the wheel. Feel like a spare part at this point, but there's only one spade, and I am certainly not dressed with my one pair of travel trousers to dig out this truck. Our dude here is asking his neighbour for some help already. His neighbour with the dog. He says he really doesn't like the dog because it never shuts up, which seems to be very true. He's going to lay down some stones. I don't know if these pieces will just kind of crack under it, actually. Maybe these pieces. We'll go помощь, да? Там. Should put them. Hopefully that's a good spot for it. Let's see. Get out of the guy's way. I think he's telling him to go straight and then back. No good. Well, it's really got in super deep there. I wonder if it'll be possible to get this out. I guess the plan is to unload the truck is too heavy to come out of the mud. And from his gestures, I think he's saying put it into the field there. So I think this might be my cue to exit, because I'm not going to spend my day climbing all over this truck. I'm already pretty mucked up. Gonna have to wash those in the hotel, I think. Да? Да. Секундочку. Let's get this out of the way. There these guys go. I guess they're not giving up because they can't give up. They have to make it work somehow. Желаю вам удачи, мужики. Я пойду в обсерваторию.
Прямо иди, там zipline.
Понятно. Может быть, я вас вижу попозже, но удачи. So, I'm gonna head off. Guy's attention has gone elsewhere, which is very understandable. Mine would be too. I get the impression he might be a man who lives in the moment, because he's got to now deal with this moment, and before the moment was meeting a stranger next to a war memorial and saying, come and see my zip line and the house that I'm building. So yeah, very nice guy. So now let's walk out of here. I'm pretty filthy. I mean, I had a big temptation there to dive in and help those guys, but I think I also will just cover myself in dirt and yeah, and I don't have a lot of other clothes with me, and I don't really want to accidentally drop a block of stone on my feet when all I was planning to do was come and see a Soviet observatory and jumped in this guy's car. Yeah, I suppose sometimes it's important to know when something is not your problem. But yeah, very tempting to just jump in and heave things around and be all macho about it, but let's not do that today, at least. Aha! Here's what the guy was talking about, which I just walked by these other signs, that it is a zip line, but zip wine! Restaurant, pool and zip line. What an amazing combination. It's like the opposite of a health and safety situation. It sounds great. But again, maybe something for summer. I really didn't pick best months to be here, maybe for avoiding crowds and so on, but as you can see from here, not so much when it comes to the stuff that I guess is put on, the facilities and the offerings. But whatever, I'm here to see an old Soviet observatory, so that's fine. I can see the domes. Can you see the domes? 3 domes over there. There goes another amazing car, the ladder. What is this? What is this? Back across the road. What is this? It looks like a shrine of some kind. There's the candle holders, candlestick holders, and there's the cross. And I would assume that this would be a fountain. As usual, not going. It doesn't look like it's been that well looked after. There's a piece missing here. But yeah, I thought for a moment it was a fancy bus stop, but it seems to be some kind of little shrine. But not being well looked after. Very pretty though. Not dressed appropriately for it with my filthy muddy shoes. Okay, so walking down here towards the observatory. They're meant to be guided tours. They aren't, it's not clear when they are exactly. So I'm just going to turn up and see, but this is fine because I don't mind if I can't get inside. I'm just really interested in seeing the buildings more than anything. A bit of historical information would be nice, but maybe I'll meet somebody around the grounds who can tell me a bit about it. And even if not, we'll get to see some really cool buildings. And here are some cows grazing in this little scrubland just by the side of the road in the world's smallest field, but I don't know, they don't seem too bothered by it all. Hey cows, yeah, just doing their thing. I didn't expect them. Here we go. I found the turnoff. I'm back at the turnoff that we passed earlier on the bus and into a cloud of flies. Now it's time to go up towards the observatory buildings. And it's been as low as 0 degrees today, and now it's probably not that hot on the thermometer, but I'm getting hot walking around. And engraved Byurakanskaya Observatory. Actually, that says Astrofizicheskaya Observatory. It's difficult for me to say. Observatory. It's...
Позвонить это номер, это гид.
Ага. А можно сейчас это сделать?
Да.
О, хорошо. Стараюсь. So it sounds like you have to go in with a guide, but they're kindly sending someone to show me around right now, which is nice, just spontaneously. The guard on the gate says you can't come in and just walk around. Thought you could. So now I'm going to be charged quite a lot of money for the tour, but there we go. If that's the system and I've come all this way, I'm gonna have to just do that. Easy. Here's the gates. Nice little flying saucer. Check that out. That's a real life flying saucer. It's at an observatory. It must be real.
And we have also small telescope, 30 centimeter. This is Newtonian system, where there are ocular, and you can see very interesting systems. Now is best period from the sidereal time of point of view, sidereal, to see Orion Nebula, Jupiter, also the another one, open cluster in Perseus constellation.
Okay. The observatory was created in 1946.
Observatory founded 1946, but it officially opened 1956.
Okay.
10 years later, officially.
The hotel for the workers or for visitors?
If your colleagues are coming to the, for observation or the research work together, this period, they can stay in the hotel. This administrative building. Many American people, rich people, directly on their balcony, they have half meter, 1 meter, big telescope. Up to now, for many observatories, to have 1 meter telescope is dream.
Wow.
Yes, many observatories really, but they have small telescope.
This is him,
Yes,
the founder.
two famous, two big discoveries. The 1947 Stellar Association, and stars are being formed in groups.
Oh, okay.
Yes, it was simply
That's
a
the
revolution.
association.
Yes, and this system are simply non-stable, expanding. And the second is discoveries was 1956 when he discovered the phenomenon of activity of nuclei of galaxies. Now many, I don't know how many extragalactic researchers are investigating active galactic nuclei. Quasar is active galactic nuclei, quasar. But nobody knows what activity was discovered on. Nobody
Right
know.
here, this guy.
Nobody know. Khrushchev officially opened 1 meter telescope. It was
okay.
8th of May 1961. Officially opened Ombudsman and Khrushchev, Nikita Khrushchev. At that time, this man was a leader of the Soviet, a little bit. Khrushchev. Yes, crazy.
Огромное спасибо.
Извините. Да, очень приятно
Да,
было.
очень
Вот, да.
приятно.
Ну и извините, мне там они... Вот.
Ну, понимаю.
Да.
Всего доброго. Огромное
Значит,
спасибо
так.
вам. What a nice dude. He's got to rush off back to Yerevan. I didn't understand whatever language he was speaking to, didn't understand all of his actual astronomical things he was describing. Something about the red light spectrum, and I'm like, I believe you. So I said I'm just going to make a little lap and then I'm going to leave. So here's some outbuildings. I really like the consistency of design with all of these. They really, you can see that they care, and it's made, seems to me it's made with the same material as the building blocks that were having to be thrown off the back of that truck that I was not exactly helping much with. Okay, let's have a little drink of water here. It's great. All this water is available everywhere. So okay, this is just the house museum of the founder, I think. Stone balcony. Yes, I'm trying to be quiet in case there's anybody in there. I don't want to disturb them. And in the distance through the trees is the really big one. And that's where the guide is with the tour group at the moment. So that's the small one. And here is the big telescope. Wow. You can see, hopefully in the distance there, how there's a whole extra structure with stairs leading up as you go up multiple floors to get inside. That's a big beast over there. Yeah. And over here, this one, when you see them from a distance, it seems like they could be a similar size, but this one is obviously much smaller because it looks about the same size, and I'm right next to it. Here it is. Wow. It looks abandoned, but of course we know it's not. Okay. Couldn't quite resist getting a closer look. And here's a path back out. Maybe that's the way to go. Oh, there's the door, the normal human style door with an interesting symbol on it. I feel like I'm on the video game of Myst, for those who remember back in the day, with all of these enigmatic buildings with the towers not unlike this. In fact, wasn't there an observatory in that game? I think so. Now I'm going to make my way up to the little town that I didn't get to see before because I got off the bus early with the lady. And yeah, well, technically not a town, but a village. And I wonder what that's going to be like and when the bus is going to be, because I need to not allow myself to be stranded up here. Here we go, the flying saucer is coming into view, which means I'm at the exit. And our friends the cows have switched over to this side of the street. They just go wherever they want to. Hello. Hello there. Hi. Now this is a bit of unexpected history. The North Star Hotel, which is an in-tourist hotel. The official... This car comes by. It's a drag race up this hill. In-tourist was the official body for tourism in the Soviet Union, where if you wanted as a foreigner to come and visit, it had to be booked through In-tourist, and you'd be carefully taken around to designated places and essentially spied upon. I mean, often there wasn't much worth spying upon, but you know, you were being minded and monitored. So this was the In-tourist hotel, and still says it on the side. Looks closed right now again, it's the off season. Yeah, wouldn't mind staying in an In-tourist hotel, assuming that they've changed the linen since the fall. Look at this. I'm not smart enough in cars to know what that is. It reminds me of the kind of spaceship style cars that you'd get in old American movies. Very cool. It's still, well, maybe still running. It looks like it could be. I haven't found where the bus station is yet. I found a place where I can buy air tickets, but not yet the bus station. Maybe this is it. This looks like a bus stop. Maybe station was pushing it a little bit. Здрасте. Автовокзал, похоже, остановка до Еревана.
Yerevan.
Спасибо.
Пожалуйста.
What a nice little bus stop. I mean, a big bus stop. Let's look inside. Some old pictures. I don't know who these people are. They're up here in the bus stop. I don't know, it looks like commemorations of people at the bus stop, but I'm sure they weren't all hit by a bus, so... Don't know.
Вы русский, да?
Нет, я из Шотландии, шотландец. Ну, спасибо за комплимент. Вы здесь живете?
Да,
Да, в деревне.
в деревне.
И как жизнь здесь?
Ну, я довольна вообще-то.
Да?
Да. Я писательница, пою. Это поэт. У меня 4 книги.
А, 4?
Да.
Поздравляю.
Спасибо большое.
Это огромная работа, я знаю.
Автобус возвращается на ближайшем селе.
Мгм.
Это немножко наверх поднимается. Потом приедет сюда. А вот, приезжал. Пошли.
Отлично. Here's the bus. Here we go. Different driver, same situation. What's that? There we go. I made it back in one piece. Felt a little bit leery on some of the steep slopes, but I'm back at the Avtovokzal, the bus station. That was a good day. That was very spontaneous. I managed to get inside to see the observatory. In the end, I didn't actually pay them anything. I mean, I didn't get the official tour either, but we got the spontaneous tour by one of the actual researchers there, which was very nice of him to take the time. And yeah, then I walked around a little bit and thought that there wasn't, I either had to get the bus that was coming, or I would have needed to fill 2 hours in that village, and it did not look like there was 2 hours worth of entertainment unless I had gone back to help the dude get his truck out of the mud, and I'm not convinced that that is going to happen anytime soon. It really didn't look like a good situation, with the stream running into the mud constantly, making it more and more of a problem. So I wonder if they're going to need to get towed, but we'll never know. So now I'm at the bus station, and what will I do next? Maybe I'll go over to that little cafe. Maybe I'll get something out of these coffee machines. I don't think so. I think they look really terrible, but I've seen them everywhere. These, where you can, for almost no money at all, espresso, strong, apparently. I don't know why dance is what it says. Maybe it means dense. Espresso dance. Maybe it's so strong you end up dancing and shaking. Espresso double, espresso average. Yeah, for almost no money at all. So right now it's about 500 dram for £1. So 100 is like 20 pence, more or less. Yeah, I'm not convinced it's going to be very good. But they seem popular. Lots of people hang around, get their drinks, get their coffee out of it. They want these shots of coffee and they're happy to take it from the machine. So yeah, I guess you have to wait for less time to do so. Well, I'm not sure if I'll do anything else today, but that was a fun adventure. It started off with a slow beginning. I just wasn't sure what to do, and then when I saw I could go to the bus station, just get on the bus and do it, bang. So yeah, that was good. And everyone I've met along the way, apart from the security guard who wasn't mean, but everyone else was super friendly. Great.